Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez is here with another episode of Coffee with Coach. Hope you're up doing well. Got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So before I head up to the academy, get some training in, I want to share with you guys something that I was listening to today. It's a new video. I don't think I've shared it before. It came out about 5 months ago. The title is "What If It Sucks?" All right, what if it sucks? And it's on. It's a Jocko Willink video, and it's on the Origin page, YouTube channel. Okay, Origin is a gi brand. Make gi, no gi uniforms. Make some jeans now, some boots, and it's Jocko's in partnership with Origin. Okay, I haven't had any of their gis wearing the gis. I have my own gis, but if you're looking for a gi, check out Origin. Anyways, with a title that says, "What if it sucks?" I'm going to click on it to see what it's all about, right? So what he's talking about, he's talking to these group of men, soldiers. He's somewhere doing some kind of training, and he's talking about, he leads it off like with like, when someone mentions to him that a scenario is not all that great, not all that ideal. He's like, what does that mean? What does that even mean? And he said it sarcastically. And then one of the soldiers or whatever, one of the men was like, kind of just threw it out there and just kind of spoke and was like, the food sucks, not ideal sleeping conditions, like cold showers. And Jocko kind of just paused for a second, and you can tell he wanted to say something else, and he was going to, and then he said, I'm just going to keep it and go in this other direction. But he goes, these scenarios that you're in that suck are good for you, all right? Like, embrace these situations because they're going to make you better. It sucks to go through whatever it is that you're going through, and that's why I'm bringing this up, because I talk to my students all the time about just life in general outside the mat. Like, when students come train, they're also coming to train to kind of get rid of some other things that are going on in their life, kind of detach for an hour, hour and a half, however long class is at that time slot, to get rid of some of life's stresses and get a little sweat in and get a mental break from life, and then reset, and then come back at it in a better mindset when they're done with training, because they sweated and they got around some good people, they laughed, they trained, got a good workout in, they feel better. And so same thing with this. It's these things that you're going through, that we're all going through, because everyone is dealing with some sort of issue, some kind of problem, some kind of thing that we don't want to have to deal with, but we're having to deal with it. It's Jocko's talking about in this thing, like, these things are meant to make you better, to make you improve as an individual. At least that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, now some people will fold, run, and go in a different direction, and life will beat them. Okay, the scenario, the situation, an individual, a hater, whatever, will beat that person, and your job is to not let that happen. And he gives a couple examples. Like, he goes, when I think about some of the things that I'm going through, he goes, I think about, he always talks about battles in history, like the Chosin Reservoir, Gettysburg, Normandy. And he goes, all of these men have gone through things way worse than me, and whatever situation that I'm in, I got to put myself in the position that they were in, and how they battled through it and fought through it and made it through it. Of course, not everyone made it through it. There's a lot of people that died in these wars. But point being is, when you're in these stressful, hard situations, the ideal thing to do is to fight back, is to keep going and to pick yourself up and keep moving. And he says, what does the military do to soldiers, to men? We do what? We put them in boot camp, and he goes, what is boot camp? He's like, it's like 6 months or whatever, how long the boot camp is, of just things that suck. Like, it's supposed to suck. And he goes, if now If we're trying to make you tougher, we're trying to make you better, what's next? Airborne school. He goes, we're trying to make you even better than that. What's better than that? Or what's tougher than that? Special forces. And he goes, what's the most hardest thing to go through that makes people come together and help you overcome situations, make you better, tougher, stronger? And he goes, combat. Combat is the thing that brings people, soldiers, together the most, because you got to look out for the guy from to your left, to your right, in front of you, behind you, whatever. You got to take care of each other. So these horrible, stressful situations make you a better person. And that's what he's saying in this video, is like, that's what it's supposed to do for you. And he goes, I want it to suck. I want it to be that way. He goes, I can't go through life always looking for the easy route, and because there's no growth in that. Same thing in jiu-jitsu. I always use jiu-jitsu because I train jiu-jitsu every day. I tell my students that, like, if there's no struggle in jiu-jitsu and you always have easy rounds and you're winning all your rounds and it's just easy and you're never put in bad positions, there's no growth. It doesn't suck, so you can't really see who you are inside, having to battle through positions that you don't want to be in or you don't like. You need to be in these positions. And Jocko uses jiu-jitsu a lot of his podcasts as a way to kind of relate to a lot of things in life as well. And so I do the same thing because I train, like I said, I train so much. So he says, and what I like the most that captured my attention out of this little clip that I was watching, was, you will have a better story to tell because of it. Whatever thing is you're going through right now, or you're going to go through later in the future, because if you're not going through anything right now, you will sooner or later, right? You will have a better story to tell when it's all said and done with. And I really like that, because I was just telling a student or someone the other day, like, when the time is up, at least for me, I want to be able to look back and be like, if it was a book on my life, to be like, that was a good book. Like, that was, the guy went through a lot, had to deal with a lot of people, things, life, whatever, scenarios, and he made it through all that, and he won, and I won. And so at least that's the goal, to get to the end and be able to say, I made it through everything, regardless of who, what, whatever, try to get in my way, and I made it, and I didn't let them win or beat me. And so at the end of days, it's going to be that, like a good book, like it's going to be a better story to tell. And as of right now, at 46, I have a really good book and stories to tell, because I've had so many things and or people try to bring me down and beat me, and that hasn't happened yet. So I got a lot of good chapters in my book so far. So hopefully you do too, or you will. And if you don't, you can rip those pages out, start a new book starting today, and get after it. And then Jocko ends this little clip with, take cold showers. All right? Should suck. All right? Got to get out of here. Got to get up to training. You guys have a great day. We'll catch you guys on the next one. We'll see you.